Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Ammar, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Bill Jacoby, the founder and CEO of Comply Pro Plus, a powerful SaaS solution built to streamline compliance processes and simplify policy, procedure, and training management in highly regulated industries. With decades of experience in business leadership, compliance, and tech innovation, Bill is leading the charge in redefining how compliance systems operate in government and private sectors alike. Bill, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you for having me today.
I am excited to dive in. I always like to start from the beginning. So take me on a little trip down memory lane to before you started Comply Pro Plus. What were you doing at the time? And then what was really the motivation behind starting the company?
This is my sixth career, sixth different job, but never really had. Can we start over again?
Yeah, no worries.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking of the other podcast before. Never mind.
All good. Walk me through, take me back to before you started Comply Pro Plus. What were you doing at the time? And then what was really the motivation behind starting the company?
Yes, so this is my sixth startup, but I've never really had a job. And Comply Pro Plus came about necessitated when my last job as a consultant, helping product safety companies with product safety for selling in major retailers, Amazon, and selling in Europe and other parts of the world. When COVID hit, it became apparent that a lot of companies had their data on shared servers. They didn't have VPNs. They couldn't get to their data. And it really showed a huge void for a market for cloud-based data for compliance. And in dealing with companies with recalls, and when you get a container stopped at the ports, the CPSC will ask you for all bits of data, from purchase order data, test report data, origination data. Sometimes they'll ask for design documents, depending if it's a product that has injury related to it. It may just be a normal inspection. So companies have data in 5 to 6 different systems. So I had started a previous app called CPSA Ready 10 years ago, and we were just focused on children's products. And the purpose of that was just to store data to generate certificates. After COVID, I looked at Comply Pro Plus, first and foremost, to help compliance managers organize this data to get everything in one place. Knowing where AI was headed, you can't have shared data in AI. You have to, for compliance data is very secure data. The first step in having an AI application in this space is to have all your data in one place. So people have to get all the data, and we built the repository and framework for people to build a compliance program in the cloud so they can have all the data they need to support Amazon, major retailers like Walmart, Target, selling in Europe, and also to prove compliance to regulatory agencies.
Got it. So if I were to put it in one sentence, you help compliance managers manage their data securely all in one place.
Yes, but in addition to that, this past January, the CPSC just passed a law mandating that every container coming into the country with regulated products, starting next July 8th, 2026, every importer will have to file certificates of compliance digitally with the government and customs. And it's a huge paradigm change. And I had been at the original meeting 10 years ago, the Alpha, and I'm part of the e-filing beta IT committee with customs and with 6 major companies. So I've been involved with the customs and the CPSC for 2 years while we were building the application. However, I had a head start because I had my application built before they built theirs.
Yeah, wow, that's powerful. So let's dive into the business model of Comply Pro Plus. Who would you say is the ideal customer for this? And what is the different offers and services? I went on the website, so you've got a couple different packages. Walk me through that.
So any importer record or a company that imports products into the United States, it could be a manufacturer, it could be an Amazon seller, it could be a distributor. If you're the importer record, you have to file certificates of compliance for any regulated products. These include any toys, any products for children under 12 is covered by CPSA, general use products such as carpets have flammability requirements, fireworks, ATVs, bicycles. There's several products, cigarette lighters. So there's a wide wide array of products that are covered for consumer injuries and reporting. So if you're an importer record, you have to file this paperwork. And we offer a pricing system that's basically goes as a base platform price, but how many products that you have, how many sales channels where you sell, and how many users you have. And we just currently added workflow with suppliers. So we can interface with suppliers to get data from China, any supplier in the world, upload that data into the system. It helps aggregate the data collection. So the onus is not on the compliance manager. So we built process in to collect data as we go along.
Okay, powerful. Walk me through the back end of the business when it comes to acquiring more customers and bringing in more business to Comply Pro Plus. What are you doing on a marketing and lead generation front?
Interesting. Yeah. So we just started the outreach for the formal launch this month. We've been in a beta with the government because we're part of the pilot and we had beta customers for a year. As with any major software, you want to make sure that you have your best first impression. So we've been working with the government, testing their systems, giving them feedback and developing the product. So that has been done. And since we're a year out now, a lot of people don't want to engage too far out ahead. We're starting marketing outreach, and I have several ways we're doing the outreach. One is organic. We have LinkedIn outreach. I just signed up my first AI worker using AI outreach with AI worker. I know the founder. I just recently am part of the Paddle Launchpad founders, where we had a 6-week program for 75 founders. It's like a tech competition to win $10,000. Met a lot of great people and learning about all these new great tools. And anybody who's ever done LinkedIn outreach with Sales Navigator, it will take you 3 hours just to do a 50 contact list. Starting out with Worker AI, probably also bringing on Salesforge. That's integrated into HubSpot, so we can aggregate all our data in one place. Then reaching out to major agencies and associations. I'm building a white label version, so I have an affiliate system set up with Partnero, the tech stack. So we integrate with Paddle. So not only Paddle is a merchant of record that, for a set price, 5%, they file all the taxes worldwide and they do the accounting for all that. So we don't have to worry about sales tax in Germany or VAT taxes or local taxes in LA. So they handle all that.
What's the name of that company?
Paddle, Paddle. So they're based in London, and they're a merchant of record. So that makes it simple for us to collect 40 different payment forms around the world. We have worldwide pricing. So in different countries, we can set pricing for each individual country, and that integrates into the platform. And then we have an affiliate program which tracks that from the affiliates promoting the product. We're able to track the commissions through sign up into the app and onboarding.
Got it. And you mentioned Salesforge and then Worker AI. Those are the names of the tools. Like if people were
two names of current tools. Salesforce has a tool called Agent Frank, which is they're based in Europe. It's an AI that works 24/7. Cool. Worker AI, fully integrated platform where you're building your personas, you're building all your outreach and marketing. And in my case, since the law's coming out next year, I get probably 10 to 15 emails a day from salespeople saying, we're going to get you 5 appointments. We're going to get you 6 appointments. Next year, the government estimates 300,000 companies have to file for e-filing next year. So I don't have time to wait 5 at a time. First part of this is letting people know that there's a solution out there that automates the compliance. Yeah. And so the first stage is 24/7 outreach. We'll be able to send out 4,000 emails a month, literally they integrate with Apollo. So we have that stack integrated for leads, and that way we can get the messaging out first and foremost. As time gets closer to filing, offering incentives to just the first part's education. It's not going to be a hard sell, but just letting people know there's a tool out there that can automate your data collection and automate compliance.
Yeah, so it sounds like brand awareness and visibility, getting in front of as many people that are going to need this is the name of the game right now, especially as we're moving closer to July 8th, 2026.
Yes.
So you're doing the organic, you're doing the LinkedIn outreach, you're doing the AI outreach, the cold email outreach as well. That's integrated with Apollo, and I'm sure that's automated with AI as well. Have you thought of doing something like paid ads to get in front of these people?
I've just engaged a fractional CMO, and that's on the schedule for the fall, because once we get the target marketing this time of year, summer vacation time, people aren't paying attention to anybody has children between now and mid-August aren't paying attention to much. So in the fall, we'll start that outreach campaign towards the end of the year. The goal is basically to get customers, a tactical approach to bring on X amount of customers each month, and then using that money to roll back into the business to expand the reach.
Got it. What about the sales side? So I can imagine that a certain percentage of people are going to go straight to the website and just sign up there. But then I feel, based off the experience that we've had with working with SaaS companies, to capture a larger portion, it helps to have a sales call and to help people hopping on that call to explain to them what are they getting, and then also make sure they're getting the right packages for them specifically. So for you, what's the idea there? Are you going to be the one taking the sales calls? Or are you going to be building a team? Walk me through that.
To date, I've taken most of the calls, not trying to sell people, but finding out the pain points. We're solving problems, and each company bringing unique products into the market presents different problems. So we're still encountering new opportunities. Software it's your product, so you're always going to be building it to meet the requirements. Now that we've met the automated filing, now it becomes easier to build in extra features, because it is a Swiss Army knife of applications. If you're selling in Europe, we have the framework to meet all the requirements for selling for the general product safety regulation. But also, if you're in the US, you only care about the retailer requirements. If they want a CPC generated, most people pay a laboratory $50, $30 for them to create a document for them to send to Amazon. We can create a certificate dynamically with every product on every shipment.
Yeah.
So that gives us, for brand protection, we're have the traceability from having this shipment knowing it's going to Walmart versus this shipment going to Target. We have unique tracking numbers. So any event of a recall, we have the data that we can say we're only going to recall. There's only 800 products have the problem. A lot of companies don't have that granular data, that they can't prove unequivocally that the problem only existed with this one bad batch.
Yeah.
It becomes, if you think of all the different personas, there's different value propositions for a CFO versus a compliance manager, an owner, executive, or an Amazon seller. So we relate to all those avenues.
I'm curious what you feel like is the biggest challenge you're facing to really taking this to the next level.
Biggest challenge facing is people's inability, not liking change or not taking data organization seriously. There's people are paralyzed, and we're not based on e-filing only. So I use the analogy of a four-legged stool. Like my patent, I have 2 patents pending on the software, is the ability to interact from a purchase order. We create the data at the time of purchase order. And with a unified API, we'll be able to connect with SAP, NetSuite, Microsoft Dynamics, QuickBooks. So at the time of origin, we're collecting data and starting that clock. And then the system tells you what you need to do, what missing fields, what missing data. So it's starting that whole process. So you're building the roads. As you enter data, you're building the road down in front of you. So you don't have to spend a lot of time putting in last year's data or anything else. You're looking forward facing all the time.
Yeah. I'm curious if you've thought about running some sort of promotion where if somebody signs up now instead of waiting till July 8th, 2026, and maybe they buy an annual subscription, then they could get, I don't know, like 2 years or something like that.
It's funny you say that. On July 15th, the FTC just put in this new rule about right to cancel for software as a service. And so now they're making it easy for anybody to cancel monthly. So many founders that I'm talking to in the cohort, we're switching to that yearly, opting in for the yearly pricing.
Yeah.
And I'm also, a lot of laboratories are charging for filing. So I'm discounting through the end of the year. Anybody that files early, they can register with the CPSC has an early filing program limited to 2,000 companies. So anybody that comes on board, we're actually offering them a discount, a 25% discount, free filing for life, and the ability to have support to bring them on board quickly. So we can bring them up to speed quickly, and that discount of no filing fees for life will be a big deal.
That's powerful. That is huge. So it sounds like, if I'm looking at the map correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is now it's generate as many leads as possible, get in front of as many people as possible, hop on these calls, get them inside of the annual subscription, and then keep scaling that. And then bring on a team to run those calls, all that stuff, so that you're not having to work in the day to day. Is that?
Yeah, this is my sixth startup, and first in the software business, but I have a master's in project management. I run large tech projects,
Nice.
$50 million, $80 million projects. We used to build data centers, and we cleaned out a lot of data centers when the data center world crashed. So what our biggest challenge has been is, how do we onboard this huge wave of opportunity coming? We've integrated Crisp chatbot into the mix, and using their AI knowledge base, I don't need to have 4 to 5 customer service people helping me, because I've managed the whole project from inception. I built every knowledge base. Every time we push new builds, we annotate, we document, we have videos, so we can automate the whole with bots and with 4 different data sets. Whether I can scan documents, whether it's the laws, the regulations, whether it's website overlays, whether it's FAQs on how to use the system or why we're needing it, we have the ability to do that. And that, after I'm currently redoing the website, working with a copywriter, because everything is really literally changing under our feet. I have a highly technical subject matter, and from an SEO standpoint, now you have to manage your SEO for all the chatbots, for all AI. So we're redoing that. And probably in August, we're going to have different demos for different personas that are shorter, that with a centralized chatbot, so they can take them offline at any given time. We can answer 4 to 5 different four personas, capture a mini demo to get people hooked, bring them in, and then close them with how do we solve your problem conversation.
That's powerful. What is the best way for people to reach out to you to work with you?
You can reach us at complyproplus.com. We're in a process of, like I said, redoing the website, but it's something that I built. It took me 3 years and 7,000 hours to build this application. And I had went through 4 sets of developers, because when you're building something that never existed before, it's hard to prove to companies, people, especially developers in other countries that don't have a use case for it. It's very hard to build something that there's no experience or precedent for. So now we're past that point. The development is moving quicker, and the challenges are becoming less. Now we're focusing on the marketing and outreach at this point.
I love that. Bill, this is exciting stuff.
Thank you. It is very exciting. And thank you for having me today, because the more people find out about this, for most founders, if you're starting today, I probably could have saved $200,000 or $300,000 if I was starting this company today, because the tools that are out there today versus what were present 3 years ago, 5 years ago, the ground is literally moving under your feet. But the challenge is not to hitch your wagon to a tool that's based on tokens that you don't know the longevity of that application, whether it's going to be there in a year from now, anything else. And probably the most important thing is to not inject any of the code out into the AI models, because if you're filing patents or anything else, you have to keep your data secure. Why make it open source code?
Yeah. I love that. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. It was great coming.
Anytime. So that wraps up another insightful episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to go to complyproplus.com. And that's PLUS, not the plus sign, complyproplus.com. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a consultant, an agency owner, or a SaaS provider, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to discover how we can support your growth journey. Until then, keep on climbing.